You know, saying that Seattle's Gary Payton has confidence is kind of like saying Philadelphia's Manute Bol is a little skinny. It is the overstatement of the year. But Payton's confidence has inspired the same in his head coach, Casey Jones. Casey has thrown Payton the ball and let him run the offense this year in Seattle. And Payton will be the first one to tell you that he can do it well. Kenny Mayne has more.
First trip down court against the Bulls, and Gary Payton delivers the perfect lead to Michael Jordan. This time in this game, Gary Payton had little to talk about. Verbosity was his thing at Oregon State, communications being his major. Payton talked opponents out of game face often enough to become an All-American and Sports Illustrated's Player of the Year.
You know, most people just know me from on the court. That's where people think that they know me. You know, that college scene got me into that when I used to kick balls, throw gum at people, and, you know, that was just my attitude to make it to this kind of level. You know, that's the way I had to play because a lot of people was coming to gun for Gary Payton, you know.
Payton's oral and physical undergraduate work made him the #2 career NCAA assist leader. Up in the NBA, the Payton posture is less talk and more rock. There's drafting genius, then there's pure luck, which is what the Sonics were blessed with in the NBA lottery to get the #2 pick.
Our ping pong ball got real aggressive. We got up there, we got the pick, and as a result, we were able to choose Gary Payton.
There was no question, there was no doubt whatsoever that Payton was a guy. He's a penetrator, he's a passer, he's all of it.
Jump shot. That's what I need to work on more. I think constantly, you're consistent hitting that shot, I'll become a more dangerous player. You know, you see Kevin Johnson, he can stick the jump shot and everybody bag up off of him and hope that he won't penetrate, but he shoots that jumper in your face. And that's a hard player to stop. You know, once I get that down pat, it's going to be where I'm going to be another Kevin Johnson, another superstar.
The Payton Star vehicle got going over rough roads, Oakland, California. But his father, Al Payton, was at the wheel, a strong hand in a neighborhood where the weak are wounded. The gangs allow athletes some consideration. Al Payton simply didn't allow his family to consider the temptations.
I could scare him up. I had him afraid of me. He was afraid of what I might do. And I kept that image, and I would tell my teachers or coaches or whatever, if you're having a problem, just call me.
Oregon State coaches didn't need to dial one.
He was cocky, he was arrogant, and as you go to higher levels of play and more things are expected of you, so he grew up.
That maturity mixed with loyalty when Gary, in the same manner as his father, wouldn't stand for the trouble his lifelong friend Milton Jackson was getting into.
When my senior year came around in college, you know, I made a bet with him. I said, if you can go get you a job, as soon as I make it, I'll do something for you. You know, and when I came back, he had a great job. He was a construction worker, you know, making $19 an hour.
When Payton made his even larger hourly deal with the Sonics, the promise was kept. Payton is paying for his friend's tuition at prestigious Seattle University. It won't be the last of the Payton payback. Sonic and Shoe Company dollars are headed to the Oakland Boys Club.
I went through the same thing, and now that I made it, I don't want everybody to think, hey, that, you know, he's gone, he's not going to come back here and help this community.
Critical moments in the NBA are what distinguish rookies and the unassertive from the major players.
Payton into the lane, a reverse pivot, up to the glass, pumps, lays it up, and in! Tie ball game! What a brilliant play by Gary Payton.
If he's going to take control, he has to say it and do it. You know, you got to walk the walk before you can talk the talk. You know, and he's doing a little bit of both. You know.
A scowl passes for a smile. His eyes dart like his dishes. One can't always get a handle on Gary Payton. The looks as deceptive as the words he employs for an edge. But his overt actions signify his desire for control. And as he scratches out his NBA existence, he's relatively silent. He will talk. Right now, he's just catching his breath. Kenny Mayne for NBA Today, Seattle.